Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum dritten Anstrick-Event vom Strickmich Club 2021. Hello and welcome to the third cast-on event of Strickmich Club 2021. My name is Martina Behm, I'm a knitwear designer. Ich bin Martina Behm, ich bin Strickdesignerin und der Strickmich Club ist ein Abo für 4 nagelneue Anleitungen von mir plus exklusiv gefärbtes Garn. Strickmich Club is a subscription for 4 new designs by me plus 4 times exclusively dyed yarn. And before we start with the actual cast-on video, I do have an interview with the dyer. Bevor wir anfangen mit dem eigentlichen Anstrickvideo, da spreche ich nämlich mit der Färberin, das ist super toll, wollte ich euch noch kurz aufmerksam machen auf ein ganz wichtiges Datum, nämlich die Anmeldung für den Strickmich Club 2022. Die fängt an am 15. Oktober auf www.strickmich-club.de. Before we start, I would just like to let you know that the sign-ups for Strickmich Club 2022 are going to start on October 15th, so please save the date and mark your calendar so we can all knit together next year as well. We have very exciting dyers this time, some that we have been waiting for quite a long time, and I'm very excited to have them. Wir haben wieder ganz tolle Färberinnen dabei und auf manche haben wir sehr lange gewartet, dass sie bei uns mitmachen, und es wird ganz toll. Also am 15. Oktober geht's los und jetzt viel Spaß beim Anstricken. So please save the date, 15th October, sign-ups for Strickmich Club 2022. And now, happy casting on with the third project of Strickmich Club 2021. Welcome knitters, welcome Strickmich Club members, and welcome Beata Jetzek, the dyer of our third club yarn in 2021. I'm so happy you're here.
Yay! Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is a very exciting day. We are at the third cast-on event of Strickmich Club. And just for the people who don't know who we are, I'm Martina Behm. I'm a knitwear designer. Strickmich is German and it's my brand, and it means knit me. And Beata here is from Hedgehog Fibers in Ireland, and she was so kind to dye the yarn for the third shipment of Strickmich Club, which is a subscription for 4 new patterns by me, plus matching exclusively dyed yarns. And and we are going to talk a little bit about Beata and her dyeing style, and then after that we will open the kit with the yarn, and you will all be able to see what color it has, and we're going to talk about the design as well, which we are going to reveal a little later. So Beata, tell me how you started your dyeing business. I think it's 10 years ago or a little more than that.
More than that, I'd say now. Yeah. I started Hedgehog Fibers in 2008. We might all remember there was a bit of an economic downturn during that time, and a lot of people got laid off. So I used to work for an architect's company. Doing what? I'm not sure, actually, because I'm not an architect. But I got laid off, and it was kind of hard to get a job at the time. So I started knitting because I was sitting at home. I was kind of bored. I think
what did you knit at the time?
My first project was a sock. I found a YouTube tutorial that took me like from the cast on, the leg, the heel, everything, step by step. So I did that, but I didn't realize that gauge was a thing. So my sock was about this big because I made it with Aran yarn. That kind of didn't click for me. But yeah, no, I fell in love with knitting. I got a little bit better at it, I think. And I just couldn't find the kind of yarns that I wanted to work with, especially the kind of colors. And this was 2008 Ireland. There was nothing. Everything was acrylic or like really coarse wool. So I did a lot of kind of Google research, and I found some suppliers and started dyeing my own, thinking that I could do it. And then I was part of a knitting group. So my knitting friends wanted to buy some from me, and I was like, ooh, I could do this. But I mean, I never, yeah, go ahead.
Do you remember the first color that you dyed?
it was, I don't remember the first color. It was definitely some kind of experiments. Probably something darker and moody because I was into those colors at the beginning. And I slowly transitioned into the brights. I think my life just got happier. So I like brighter colors now.
And was it something multicolored, sprinkled, or yes?
Something multicolored. I think we haven't heard of sprinkles yet in 2008. It was multicolored though, for sure, because that's what I wanted. I really like that kind of look and the kind of look it gives to your knitting, the multicolored, and I like watching the colors change as you knit. Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you make with that?
What did I make with them? I think I made a shawl. I think it was a lace weight. And I really could not find any lace weight in Ireland. So, and I think I made a shawl with it, like something that I gave to somebody. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool though.
Good. Yeah. And then everyone wanted to have your yarns.
Kind of, my friends kind of did. Yes, my friends did. Then I really liked the process. So I opened an Etsy shop. 2008 on Etsy. It was not as saturated as it is today. You know, there wasn't as much competition. I mean, there was some, but like Madeline Tosh was still on Etsy at the time. So there wasn't as much hand-dyed yarn on Etsy at the time. But I opened a store and people bought it. And yeah.
And were your customers international right from the beginning?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Ireland's still not very into the hand-dyed yarn. I don't think still. A little bit more nowadays, but people still knit with a lot of acrylic here. So yeah.
Okay. So, and what happened then? First you were on Etsy and then you were probably doing everything on your own at that point.
Yeah. I was doing everything on my own. I moved into my first studio because I couldn't do it from the house anymore because the house was a mess with all the dyes. I want to say 2010 was the first studio. It was really, really tiny. And then kind of 2015, I think we moved into the current premises where we're now. And that's when things took off then because I had the space. I started hiring a first few employees, and with that, we were able to do bigger quantities and supply more stores. And we moved to our own website, obviously. And yeah, it kind of snowballed from there. From 2015 onwards, the growth was very rapid.
Yeah. And when was the point when you realized you couldn't do it on your own anymore?
It was my lead times were crazy long, 5-6 months. And I had lots of stores asking for the yarn, and I just couldn't physically do it all by myself. I was working easily 14 hours a day for years, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sundays as well, you know? So there came a point where I was like, whoa, I gotta get somebody to help me with this because I'm gonna just, work myself into the grave. So, but I really enjoyed the dyeing process. I still do it here and there. I'm more of a creative director now, but I really enjoy the physical, the work of creating the yarn. That's my favorite. It's my favorite part.
And do you have favorite colors that you especially like to dye?
I think hedgehog fibers is mostly known for our speckles. So I love making speckles. They're so fun. You layer all the different little dots, and yeah, those colors are a joy to dye. Yeah. Do I have a favorite color? I love colors. I would say green is probably my least favorite, but that said, I like, it's just something I knit with the least. By the way, my house decor at home is mostly green, but I say my least favorite color is green.
But if you were to knit something for yourself, let's say a shawl that you want to go with your wardrobe, what kind of color would you pick?
I love neutrals with a speckle. I think that's always a good option because it's not boring. It could be gray with some colorful speckles on it. Those are really fun. I love yellow. I like pink. Pretty girly. Yeah. Okay. And I really like those multicolored wild speckled yarns. They're really cool. They're my favorite to knit with. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And do you have a favorite yarn base? A favorite
Ooh.
fiber?
Well, we have, I think, fingering weight, because it's very versatile. So skinny singles, sock yarn. Skinny singles especially look beautiful. Dyed with our yarn, with our colors, because the base just takes so well, the dye, and the colors are really bright and sharp on it. So yeah, skinny singles or sock yarn, I think very versatile. You can even hold a double for something heavier. Yeah.
And do you have a fiber that you especially like merino, alpaca, silk?
Merino. I think merino. Yeah. Yeah. We like a fine micron merino. Yeah. It's soft, easy to knit with. People can tolerate it. It's not hairy, so a lot of people can wear that without any issues. So I love merino. It's durable. It's versatile.
Mm. Okay. And do you still have time to knit yourself? Do you do that?
I knit myself. Yes, I love knitting. I knit every day.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So what is that going to be?
Yeah. No, I love knitting. I knit every day, all the time. Yeah. I'm working on this is like a shrug, maybe. I don't know if it's gonna work out. And I'm also making a baby blanket right now. Yeah, for a friend. So knitting is my passion. It really is. And I think that's why Hedgehog Fibers is a success, because I am the customer. This is what I knit with, and this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want to knit with. So, and I knit a lot, so most of the free patterns that I have on the website, most of them, all of them, I designed and knitted all of them. I would have a friend or two that would knit a different size for me, say, or a colorway, but like I knitted all of it. So I love knitting. It's my favorite thing.
So how has the pandemic been to you and your business?
We're very busy. I think lots of folks are, forced to be at home more, or are spending more time home. A lot of people have taken up knitting. I think a lot of new knitters out there since the pandemic. So we've been quite busy. However, we've been not able to work to full capacity during certain times of the past year. We had very strict lockdowns here. So we were not able to be open at all times, but we've been quite busy. It's been good.
Yeah, but have you been able to get all the yarn bases at all the times? Because I've heard that for some it has been a bit difficult.
Yeah, it's been a bit difficult depending what part of the world was shut down when. We definitely had delays, and mills had to be shut down. And so, yeah, there's been a lot of delays trying to get bases. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're now at the point where we can actually have a look at what you did for us. So here is the package with the yarn, and let's just open it up. Oh, for everyone, we shipped all the yarns and all the kits at once, and every kit has a number, and we are now at number 3. This is the 3rd kit and the 3rd design for Strickmich Club this year. I think. So this is it's a colorway that's called a Schmetterling, and it is dyed on the skinny singles yarn base that you have talked about. And yeah, maybe tell us something about the yarn, about the yarn base and the colorway and how it came to be.
Skinny singles is a lovely single ply yarn, which means it only has one strand of wool. It's not twisted, made out of several plies. It's one ply. That makes it really soft and kind of luxurious feeling. And it's great for accessories. Even though it's fingering weight, you probably wouldn't want to use it for socks because it's way too soft and kind of decadent. It would wear quite quickly, but for accessories, it's wonderful. And it's great for people who have sensitive skin because it's lovely and soft and has a bit of a luster to it. It's kind of a shiny, and yeah, the colors look beautiful on it. Colors take really well, so we love working with it.
Yeah, I also found when I designed with it, it was really really nice to knit with. It didn't split, and it held up well, and it just felt good. And now the light here is being very realistic. Like, this is the color here. It's denim blue, I would say. And you combined it with speckles in brick red and pink and a little bit of yellow, as far as I can tell. Yeah. And it's a very, very interesting color. And it came to be because I sent you a picture of a butterfly.
Yes, it was a collaboration.
Yeah. And that's also how the name came to be. The name is Schmetterling, which means a butterfly in German. And there was this butterfly, which is actually, the brick red is the dominant color on the butterfly, but you picked the blue from the big circles that it had on its wings to choose that as a base color, and you use the other colors that were on the butterfly to accentuate. So
accent, yeah. I mean, yeah, I believe we produced you a couple of different samples, and we all liked this one the best. Yeah. I think it's very versatile, you know, anybody can wear it, and it's going to look good on all skin tones. It's neutral enough, but there's a bit of interest to it. So you can watch the colors change as you knit. So that's a lot of fun always. I like doing
that. Yeah. So let's, and the pattern I made with it, I'm first going to show you a picture. This is what I made with it, but I also have the sample here. I chose the name Aglaisio, which is Aglaisio actually, which is the Latin name for the butterfly. So I just worked the two names together, and it is a cowl that I made. And I wanted to use a lot of garter stitch, as I like to do, because I always think that in garter stitch multicolored yarns, they just look so, I just like how the colors get tangled into each other. And I think when you are knitting something in garter stitch, it's really cool when you have a yarn that actually does the work for you. So the knitter doesn't have to do anything complicated, because the yarn is already so beautiful that something cool is going to come out of it. And maybe you can see it. I wanted a little bit of lace, but not too much. So there is this this lace panel in here, which connects the two parts. It is actually made out of two triangles, so it's totally seamless. You start with a triangle with a steep angle here, and then you go on and you work the lace pattern on one of the sides, which is actually quite a nice change for a couple of rows, but it's not too complicated. And then you go on and work the second triangle, and the whole thing is going to come together. And I'm going to mess up my hair now and put it actually on. Oh, let me see. Maybe there's a way I can do it without messing everything up. Okay, yeah, that worked well. So it is a cowl that is quite close to the neck. So when it becomes colder in the next couple of months, then you will have something nice to wear. And because it's all knit on the bias and with these two triangles, it looks kind of interesting. And you have the, oh, that's the other side, and you have the lace panel here. And also, let me see on which part I added those. Yeah, and we have the Strickmich Club beads. They are in the color of our logo, and we add them to all of the kits, so people can add them to their projects. And this is sort of our little membership badge.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is my pattern Aglaisio, made out of the Skinny Singles yarn by Hedgehog Fibers. Yeah, I hope that everyone will enjoy knitting this. And also, if you prefer this this yarn in a different colorway. We will have some of that in Strickmich shop, but of course also Beata is going to have lots of colors at Hedgehog Fibers. And
sometimes in stock, sometimes not.
yeah, that's always with hand-dyed yarns,
Yeah.
that there is sometimes we have to wait a little bit to get the good stuff. So, but we're used to that.
But you'll have a lovely selection at your store for sure. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the third project of Strickmich Club 2021. We will meet again in November. On November 20th, we have the fourth cast-on event with a new pattern and new design. So, Beata, any last words?
Oh my gosh. Happy knitting. What a great pattern. Hope you enjoyed the base. Hope you enjoyed the colors.
Thank you so much. So happy knitting, everyone, and see you in November.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. This was great.
Thank you for making the time.
No worries.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So I hope you're enjoying this project and I hope you enjoyed this video. And please don't forget, 15th October, we are going to start sign-ups for Strickmich Club 2022. I would be so happy to welcome you in our next club. Ich hoffe, dieses Video hat euch Spaß gemacht und ich würde mich wahnsinnig freuen, euch auch im nächsten Jahr im Strickmich Club wieder begrüßen zu können. Nicht vergessen, die Anmeldung beginnt am 15. Oktober. Bis dahin, frohes Stricken!